What's up, guys? Let me know if you're online and let me just indicate. Let me know if you can hear me, rather. Yep. So, Hush Puppy again. Yep. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's talk about this. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Kelly, I see you. Suleiman, yeah, Safia, Danjuma. Well, I just got a report now that Kelly, I'm doing good. I just got a report. I said a report. Just watched a video. Kemi Olunloyo's live stream, where she said that Osh Poppy, has mentioned that the free's name and Linda Ikeji's name, Bukola Saraki's name, and I think Dino Malaye's name. I think so. Like it's crazy, guys, and I just couldn't believe it. I'm gonna play the video though, so that these are not my words. But again, this guy like kept mentioning people's names, right? A lot of people, I saw a comment, or yeah, two comments yesterday, and I saw another one today saying, Osh Poppy must just they rush like water. I mean, you wouldn't blame him. It's because this guy want them to reduce, the number of years is going to use behind bars, and so he's struck a deal with the FBI, and all you have to do is say the truth. And if he says the truth, they will or might reduce, the number of years he's going to spend behind bars. So this this guy will keep mentioning it. I remember saying it, guys. I said in one of the, was it yesterday or today? I said head. This person said, yeah, many head. Okay, that Maxwell said many head might go down on this. A lot of people, trust me. Remember that the Freeze visited this guy in Dubai. Remember that those of you that that conversant with this whole thing, this Osh Poppy's news. I mean, he visited Osh Poppy. But let me quickly just play the video of.
I will not tell you the name of the person. Some people know the person. The person said, I did so much for Hush Puppy. I did so much for Hush Puppy. But all he wanted was to destroy people's lives. All he did was to destroy people's lives.
I know the person.
And he will continue to destroy people's lives. And he will continue to destroy people's life behind bars. I posted my account. He will continue to destroy people's lives behind bars. Hush Puppy has a long list of people that they're going to announce.
I mean, when I do this for Mama Bed, anybody else?
Look, he has mentioned Bukola Saraki's name. He has mentioned Dino Melaye's name. He has mentioned Linda Ikeji's name. Those ones have all seen him. Okay? Even Daddy Freeze that came to eat at his house. Okay? Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze said he did not take anything from Hush Puppy. I just interviewed him. But Daddy Freeze was in his house when that phone call came. The phone call he made to Alamari and went out and said, I'll be right back to make in the room. When Alamari has stolen 900,000. That phone call was in when Daddy Freeze was there. But Freeze doesn't know. Freeze did not know that that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me say this to you. If we continue.
So, what she's trying to say here is, these guys, Osh Poppy is dropping names, right? And they'll still, the FBI will still send for these guys, will still, make it public. And so I don't know if Daddy Freeze is aware of this. I think she said she just interviewed Daddy Freeze. Okay, she said she just interviewed Daddy Freeze, and Daddy Freeze denied collecting, anything from Osh Poppy. And seriously, for someone that big as Osh Poppy, somebody that wants to dupe a football club, somebody that you know went for a bank, big banks, okay, in like North Korea. Also, there was a news about Mexico. Like someone like this, someone this huge, that if he goes down, other people will go down with him because it's a big fish. Now, let's say it's someone else that gets caught and not Hush Puppy, maybe Hush Puppy's boy, it might not have been this scary and worse. It's worse because it's Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy have used a lot of people. And there was an interview I watched. Hush Puppy just got his house then and just chilling, just relaxing, having fun and stuff like that. And I could just imagine how, like, just watching that video, you could imagine how much this guy has. Like, you can imagine a Nigerian, paying millions to get to get like a mansion in Dubai, like in another man's land. That this guy has it. You understand? And again, if you look at the whole Abakiari's case, I'll read your comments. The whole Abakiari's case. Seriously, if you look at it closely, I mean, these people came up with numbers, like phone numbers, the FBI's. So that means they took their time, right, to do all these things before they even made it public, right? So I saw some people, supporting Abba Kyari and stuff like that on this issue, saying, oh, what's probably just dropping names in mouse, they drop like they do something like tap or something. But the thing is, this guy went to pick Abba Kyari up at the airport. And truly, in 2019, here's another thing. 2019, September, Abba Kyari actually traveled to Dubai, right? So everything, I don't know. And again, I said this in the video today. This guy didn't deny arresting Vincent. The guy, Hush Puppy, asked him to arrest. He didn't deny that. So there were a lot of things, and him bringing, maybe to distract us, bringing Taylor into the matter, like Hush Puppy like this clothes, and so they have to get it. That doesn't make sense. So it's more like a distraction. But Hush Puppy mentioning names and saying Dino Melaye is part of it. Now, Kemi Olunloyo mentioned Dino Melaye. This is not an official report. Now, speaking about the Dino Malaye's case, and speaking about, truly we saw Hush Puppy with Dino Melaye. They're friends, they're cool. Now, Dino Melaye came out at that time to debunk it, because after they caught Hush Puppy, right? Yes, Abi, thank you. In March, they dropped like water. Yeah. After Hush Puppy was apprehended, they caught up, a lot of people called out Dino Melaye. Dino Melaye, do you know anything about this? And Dino Melaye released a statement denying that, saying, look, it's just friend. Hush Puppy is just my friend. It's just a guy who's just my friend. But here's the thing that Dino Melaye doesn't know. If there's any transaction or any relation, yeah, you guys have relationship, but any money transaction, right? Hush Puppy will mention you. And that's the thing. That's what he doesn't know. Like, if maybe you're coming to Abu Dhabi and say, oh, I just want to take care of you and stuff like that, I just want you to come over. This guy will mention the names, because look, here's what Hush Puppy is doing. Hush Puppy wants his years reduced, right? He knows that they've caught him red-handed, so he wants it to reduce. That's why I'm saying people will go down. A lot of big people will go down, because here's the thing: the FBI just wants you to give them a story. Now, if your story doesn't involve so-called reputable or whatever, like well-celebrated person in the society, your case might not be heavy enough for the FBI to really, call it. Well, they might even think you're lying. Like, okay, But if you're able to come up with proof of like a certain, because I know the FBI usually go for the big guys, when it comes to cases like this, like it has to worth it for them to like reduce your years when it comes to like this plea bargain. So whatever money transaction yourself, right, and Hush Puppy have, whatever money transaction, even if it's Hush Puppy say, take this $300, let me increase the amount. Like, let's say take this $2,000 or take this $3,000, for coming, right? Hush Puppy is going to mention that, especially if you're well known in the society, because this will help the FBI, you know, whoever is handling the case, the case, this will help them know that, okay, we are handling like a serious case. Okay, this guy is serious. This guy actually have the connection. This guy is giving us information to track down people, or influential people in the society that might, be like, they being in the society might be risky, and people like Melaye being friends with Hush Puppy is like a risky association. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like, if Hush Puppy gives anybody money, they should just be ready, especially the big dogs in Nigeria, like the big guys in Nigeria, because this guy has a good relationship with them. Now, remember the case of Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze actually came over to visit Hush Puppy, and Hush Puppy took care of him. Although Daddy Freeze, according to Kemi Olunloyo, was interviewed by Kemi Olunloyo just recently, and Daddy Freeze denied that, right? It denied that. Now, remember, in the previous video, I said this case is like, I thought this good is already, we're already done with this case. The only thing that we should be talking about in the future, or the only thing I expect we should be talking about would be is sentencing. But that is not the case now, because this guy has already, sat down with the FBI, and I'm sure the lawyer, everybody have advised him, like, look, you have to give us names for us to be sure that, this for us to be sure, for us to get a reduced years, reduced number. Like, if you're supposed to be sentenced to so like maybe 30 years or 20 years, we'll have to, reduce it for you to get that. And Hush Puppy, who doesn't want their years to be reduced? Hush Puppy would want to sit down with the FBI and discuss stuff with them, and he would want to also impress them. Of course, a way of impressing them, showing them that, yes, I'm giving you names. You can see, like, I'm giving you top guys in the industry. Like, I have to sacrifice these people to release, myself from this whole thing. Like, not totally, but at least to get reduced years on this. So the thing here is, right, when Hush Puppy gives out names, the FBI will do their research on that, right, and be sure that, okay, this guy is saying the truth. But the FBI are always excited about one thing, and that thing, I'm very sure of that thing. If you give them big names, right, it's like a sugar for them. They feel really, really happy and interested in the case. If you have big names to give them, because these are influential people, so they will do their investigation, be sure that you're saying the truth. They will do their investigation, have evidence. Okay, you said you met up, you sent so amount of money to, because they have to do something to hold water, because you don't want to go to the court and sound foolish. So the FBI knows that. Of course, they are not like Nigeria. So they will get their evidence and say, okay, you sent so amount of money to the Melaye, blah blah blah, or you sent so amount of money to Daddy Freeze, for what? To do what? To do this, to do that, like, whatever, right? Then they'll call you out. And of course, Hush Puppy wants to impress the FBI to get reduced years, behind bars. So, yeah. So now, nobody's even talking about the other guy. Now it's just they just focus on Hush Puppy. Nobody's talking about the other guy. Everybody's just talking about Hush Puppy. That is to show you how big this guy is. Now, I'm trying to like look for a particular video. I think I saved the video, right, where he was interviewed. He just got a place. I mean, you can imagine how rich this guy is, and how that shows how powerful this guy is. I remember discussing Hush Puppy's case with someone, and they said, look, Hush Puppy is so confident because I was like, why this guy is so confident? Like, even during interviews, in Dubai, it was like, usually be like, I'm a big boy, I have big house, in Dubai, my place is big, what, millions of dollars, right? So what the person asked, like, what gives this guy so much confidence in another man's land, and what makes him think that it's untouchable? That and and I said that because he felt like he knows the big dogs, he knows the big guys, that nothing can touch him. So when you're so confident about yourself, that's what happens. Like this guy, even in Dubai, was still confident about everything. Like I don't know. I thought I saw a video of that. I'm gonna have to look for the video. I thought I saved it though. But yeah. So guys, let me quickly go through the comments here, and yeah, we have uh okay, Joan Soli says, as Nigerian, we should start questioning people's wealth, and we should start doing background check. Heartbroken Citizen said, things will happen in Nigeria with this Hush Puppies case. Let's grab our popcorn and coke. It's about to go down. Now, guess what, guys? A lot of people, right? A lot of people are expecting more from Hush Puppy. Trust me. They're expecting more names from Hush Puppy, and this guy will keep dropping names. Let me continue. Kelly Michael said, yes, it's true. The way it's going now, I'm afraid. Princess Alpha, how you did? Antonia, I see you. Uche, Oji, I see you. Big Harry says, all those he gave money, he will mention them for him to get small time jail. Yes, that's it. That's why I said he wants to impress. It's funny, but yeah, he wants to impress the FBI. When you have to drop more names, keep dropping names, and that's what it's going to do. So everybody, I'm sure Hush Puppy has someone in Nigeria that is a nobody, that this guy sent some money. Like, he wouldn't mention the person's name. Like, maybe he sent like 200,000 naira to the person. He's not going to mention the person's name. He's going to mention the guy that's at top, well known in Nigeria. When you give it to the FBI, they'll be like, yes, this is what we're looking for. Let us investigate this matter. You understand? But if they pick anybody up that's not that popular, we wouldn't even know. How are we going to know? Like, for real. So he's gonna keep dropping names. So the thing here is, I'm not saying that I totally believe what Madam Kemi Olunloyo said, but according to her, she said that she got it from a reliable source. And again, she said she interviewed Daddy Freeze. And Daddy Freeze said, look, nothing as such. Look, I'm telling Daddy Freeze now, because you can't tell me at the time you visited Hush Puppy didn't send something to you or didn't appreciate your coming. You understand, that kind of thing. And if he paid, for you coming over, is going to talk about it. But if there's any little transaction that has to do with that, suspicious, even though Daddy Freeze is innocent, right? He just collected money for, but looks suspicious. Hush Puppy is going to mention it, like, and they will do their investigation and reach out to Daddy Freeze, and Dino Melaye now. I'm sure if Dino Melaye is on that list, come on, it's not going to be for something. It's not. There's no way Hush Puppy will just give Dino Melaye money. If Dino Melaye, if he truly mentioned Dino Malaye's name, right? There is no way. I repeat, there is no way Hush Puppy will just. There might be something. It will be a shady business. It will be something that Dino Melaye will have to answer for. Now, Dino Melaye have been talking about corruption these days, and being the guy he's always been the guy, the outspoken type, but he's shown corruption multiple times, of recent during the Buhari era, right? Called out Buhari multiple times and stuff like that. Try to show us that it's pure, Same thing as this guy, the cop, the super cop, right? What happened to him? Good record, all true. And now Hush Puppy's case came up, right? I gave an example about this guy, the case of Lawal, Farouk Lawal and Otedola, where Otedola, set this guy up. And before then, Farouk Lawal was one of the best in the country until he collected bribe, and there was proof to show that this guy actually collected the bribe. right? So let us read some comment. I can see comment here. Rachel said, last now to sell a country if Buhari they among them. King Wins said, oh, she's dropping hit song. Okay, that is funny. Dolly P Fit says, how I wish we borrowed Nigeria money. Isaac says, I think Oshpopi didn't clear his phone chat. There is no news heard about Woodbury yet. That's exactly what I'm saying. No news about Woodbury. The last time we heard about it, like a phone was caught with him, about him doing some shady business, even in prison with a phone. It was caught, by the way. But yeah, you said Oshpopi didn't clear his phone charts. Well, I guess I mean they didn't inform them. They don't know. Immediately they stormed the building. Oshpopi got arrested. There's no time to do anything. He was handcuffed and whisked away. So Vincent says she should mention the name watching from Dubai. Nice one, bro. I see you. Maxwell said the target is just the big job. That's the target. The FBI, that's the target. Like it has to want it. You understand? For you to get that's reduced years, it has to want it with evidence. So they will be sure that yes, you're saying the fact. You understand? Heartbroken Citizen says Nigeria is rubbish before the whole world, and this would affect us negatively as citizens. Child, the angel will carry me to Nigeria prepared because we get serious case on the last day to settle. Rachel Fester says, as long as his smartphone, they can get all the chats back. Yeah, they can get all the chat back, and yeah, depends. Even if he had deleted they can actually reach out to telecommunications. Like these people can go any length to they can reach out to telecommunications. They can do anything. I mean, the email, they reach out to Gmail, right? Because Hush Puppy used Gmail. It started like from Instagram, which Hush Puppy was dumb enough for that. They trace it over to Gmail. So they contacted Gmail, and of course, Gmail wouldn't just give anybody information like that or emails like that, right? So they reach out to Gmail. They gave proof that this guy we're investigating. This guy is this is a high profile case. Like we're investigating this matter. We need you guys to give us this, give us that to help us, get this done faster. Of course, they will do it. And the owners of Gmail, I'm sure they are abroad. They don't stay in Nigeria. They're not Nigerians. So yeah, they work with Gmail on this to get all the necessary information that they need to fight this case. And that's why Hush Puppy couldn't even do anything, couldn't even defend himself, because they caught him red-handed. There's no way he wasn't even given the chance to do anything. And that's why it's like kind of serious for him. And again, he's dumb enough. Why was doing all that? Like you're using your name, your real name. Your real name was part of some of the emails there. Like, you understand? So all those mistakes, they pick it out. And we're talking about Hush Puppy's mistake. And today, yeah, I discussed it with someone, and they said, look, you get to a point where you feel like you're untouchable and you can do anything. So those little things that you used to pay attention to initially, you will stop paying attention, to that. So now it's in a tight spot. And that's why I'm saying people will go down. Atom K says the document was signed in April, but unsealed on Tuesday. Like you said, anyone who got anything from Hush Puppy spent out of the fraud money because it doesn't have any other source of income. And that's why, they're taking the whole Kyari's matter serious. Just imagine, because again, it depends. Someone might be innocent. Like I said, Daddy Freeze might just go there to have fun and chill and stuff like that. Now, FBI look at everything. They look at the time that you were present. Maybe at that time that the Freeze was present, a big crime happened, right? The date, okay, that the Freeze was present from this this day on the 26th to 2028. The FBI will look at it and think about it. Okay, even though that Freeze is innocent, I'm saying, right? they'll say, okay, a transaction, so something happened, if big huge fraud happened, or somebody, because this case now about Abakari is about a Qatari businessman, right? Like a resident of Qatar, right? So now all they're going to do is be like, okay, from here to here, that is 26 to 28, so thing happened. Daddy Freeze was present. Now Daddy Freeze might just be there to just chill. You understand? To come chop money, you understand? Come for enjoyment, right? So they will say, Mr. Man, you need to come answer for this thing. Why you were busy eating, dining with the kings. This was going down. This was going down behind you, Mr. Man. You are a suspect. What are you going to do? Like, but they will get evidence, they will try as much as possible to, that if Freeze might ended up being like, a free man at the end of the day, but who knows? Who knows? And Hush Puppy might even implicate some people who don't even know anything. But like I said, FBI don't work like that. They usually come up with evidence. They try as much as possible to come up with evidence. But like I said, if he put out names that, okay, I sent money to this, and they confirm that they sent money to that, and ask him, what's that money for? He can say anything. Oh, we use the money for something. Maybe the person doesn't even know. The person just got the money, hoping that, okay, it's nothing. Hush Puppy just treat me. It's crazy though. Here, Rachel says, you can get it restored, my dear. We are talking about FBI here. Olamide says the FBI doesn't need your phone data. They go directly to the phone company for the chat logs. Yeah, that's why I talk about Gmail as well. Like they reach out to Gmail and like, look, this is a high profile case. You have to give us the names. And Gmail, of course, gave in. It was like, okay, let you guys can have whatever information you need, Exodus G says, that's why the white people are always scared of us in Europe. Rachel says, trust me, they will get access to the Gmail and copied all the deleted emails, including the recent ones FBI has opener. Olamide says they do give the information. There is even rumor that US intelligence agencies practically own the social media platforms. Prince Fireboy says, bro, I live in Switzerland. If it's smartphone, no matter delete or no delete, the police have something to plug on the phone. Everything deleted will come back. Atom said, thanks for coming. Money don't implicate Daddy Freeze. Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, money. Rachel Fester says you have to be smart enough before you can get away with it. Because even the FBI have criminal mindset. Yeah, they think like a criminal. Tolu Lokwe says, I woof the porch belly. And that's why that it's crazy, right? Knowing that this guy, if you don't know somebody's source of income, you have to be careful. Even though they invite you to a certain place, like you have to think about it. Because if anything happens, your name will be mentioned. Like they will mention it, even though you're lucky enough. The FBI think you're irrelevant in the case or you are innocent in the case. If you're lucky enough, right, your name will still be like mentioned because it's going to explain everything. You understand? It's going to explain everything. Now, what the FBI did was they did more research about this guy Hush Puppy. They took their time, went through the whole partying, videos on Snapchat about Hush Puppy, videos on Instagram stories, videos on Instagram pages, on blogs, on websites. Hush Puppy's videos, they are there. So they usually use the videos to compare dates of when certain thing happened. Okay, this thing happened then. What happened? Okay, if they are able to link it up to that thing, then you're done for it. Everybody that were present at that time, you're done for it. So following someone you don't know their source um of wealth or where they get money from, you have to be prepared. When it happens, are you ready? Except you're mentally ready for that, then it's fine. Then it's okay. Let's read this. Um, okay, Big Harry says FBI will investigate all names mentioned. Them no be Niger police. Yes, exactly. Heartbroken Citizen says this life no get formula. Last, imagine what's going on in Hush Puppy's mind now. He would wish to rewind the hands of time. I swear, I just watched the video and I don't know. Like I thought I saved the video though, where Hush Puppy would just relaxed. I wish again. I thought I saved it. Relaxed, talking about is.
Prince did not know that that's what he was doing.
Okay, let me pause this. Talking about this apartment. Okay, this is it. Let me see if I can get it here. Yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy though. How people Nigerian. I wish I can just quickly. Nigerian. Okay. So in that video, we're just talking about. Here's the video. Yeah, I finally got the video. Yeah.
The first thing that got me drawn to this house is the giant door. I call myself a big man. When you come to a big man's house, you want to see a big door. Tall ceilings. This house is suitable for my lifestyle. This house is going to be a party house. I can't wait for my friends to start coming. And 10 bathrooms, more bathrooms than the bedrooms. I can have space for my perfumes, for my shoes, for my clothes. This is wonderful. The first thing that got me drawn to this.
That is the video, guys. Now, this guy is so confident, right? Granting interviews. If you check out the interviewer, even the cameraman, they are not Nigerians, they are not blacks. That's how confident Hush Puppy is. So all these videos, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised. He's got videos with Dino Melaye. What's your relationship with Dino Melaye? He's got videos with Daddy Freeze. The FBI will ask, what's your relationship with Daddy Freeze? He's got videos with all these guys, the people he took pictures with. What's your relationship with these guys? That's what they will ask. And this guy will he's gonna have something. He's definitely gonna have something to say. He's definitely gonna have something to say because the people that are asking already did their research. So let's read this. So that's how it is. That's his house, a big mansion in Dubai. Not only that, this guy grants interviews. So you're doing this thing. And I'm just thinking, like, this is what you're doing. And you go about granting interviews, not even by black people, like your Nigerian or your people, like anybody, especially like the those in Dubai, their citizens are the ones that like will come interview you and stuff like that. That's because they who knows? Might even be the FBI. Like, look, you guys just interview him all you want. He loves interview. He loves social media. He's a socialite. Get him to talk. Let us know his properties. Let us know all these things. And immediately they caught him. His account, even in his account, it is a funny thing. His account was even traced to Nigeria. They know his accounts in Nigeria. So I think he's gotten to that point where, and I remember, talking about this Abakiari's case, and they said for us for people to be that confident, people like Abaki, you should have the backing. You should have the backing of people like Abakiari, right? You should have the backing because how can somebody be this confident? Even in another man's land, and not for me. If you ask me, not only in Nigeria, not only Nigerians that are going down. Like, if I'm to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not only Nigerians, non-Nigerians are also, these guys will also go down. So let's not talk about like the big dogs in Nigeria, like the big guys in Nigeria. Let's also talk about the big dogs in other people's country. Sorry, I say in other people, in other country rather, in other countries rather. Especially those his friends that are non-Nigerians in Dubai, Qatar, and other part of the world, because I know this guy has like for him to be able to be so confident in Dubai, that means he's got backing too from like all those guys too. They've got, so you can't tell me Dubai is corrupt free. Yes, it's minimal, but it's gonna have some people who work for him there, or work with him there, and who knows about the business. Kerry said, who is Nigerian president? Not to talk of the just local police officer. Rachel says, they don't just arrest people, they might not even mention names now till 2025. Trust me, they will take their name in order not to make mistakes, because you can sue FBI. Yeah, sure. And again, it's not about suing FBI. FBI, they don't just want to get it wrong. They want to get it right once. And they don't want to sound like like someone that's stupid or doesn't know what he's doing. So definitely they will have to be sure. Yeah, it might take them a year, 2 years, 3 years, but yes, they will make sure that they do the job. Here Exodus says, Abakiari, please, I need a native clothes. Maxwell, it's still surprising though for a police officer, and that's why I believe Abakiari's statement wasn't really wise, and I don't want to say stupid, but it's dumb for him to quickly release a statement, even though he's guilty. For you to quickly release a statement, you have to take your time. Find a perfect way to tender a statement. But you including that last paragraph is what killed him, including that Puppi saw a clothes. Why? He saw a clothes that he likes. He saw an attire or something that he likes. Then he reach out to you. And that's what the investigative journalist says. He says, you said Puppi, right? Reach out. You said Puppi called you and said, somebody's threatening your family, his family, and stuff like that, that you should get the person arrested. They got the person arrested. You later discover that it's false. Now, and you said you didn't collect any money from Puppi, blah, 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 nothing else, and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, and you said again that you don't have any relationship with Puppi apart from that time that he called you. Okay, how can you not have a relationship with someone and the person, and you link the person up with a tailor, someone who you said gave you a false information about someone else? Like, that person is already guilty. You're supposed to, like, why did you give me false report about this person? Like, this doesn't make sense. Do you think I'm a joke to you? You said that. After you said that, then you come up with another thing and said, oh, you know what? This guy saw my an attire that I wore, on Instagram, and he loved it, and he asked me who did that, and I gave him the tailor's number, and he sent in 300,000. Now, somebody that you don't have that relationship with, how can somebody I don't have that relationship with call me and tell me, they like my clothes, and do I have a tailor? Somebody that already has giving you false information about someone else. You put someone else in jail for that long, for a month, and you later discover that it's false. Yet you're still talking. With the same person, you guys still have, like, friendly relationship. So it just doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Even though you want to lie with sense. You understand? Like lie with sense, even though you want to lie. And now, let's talk about the Nigerian situation. Normally, Abba Kyari should have been sacked or suspended. Like, hey, the IGP said we are investigating the matter. Oga, as they are investigating matter, you are supposed to step aside first. But he's still there. They didn't do anything. They didn't. There's nothing. They didn't say anything. They just said they're investigating the matter. And I've said it before. Nothing will happen to the guy. So now, even if Oshopi mentions the president of Nigeria or whatever, like Dino Melaye, all these people, the government wouldn't do anything. I'm talking about this Buhari government. I'm sure of that. They're not going to touch these people. They're not going to arrest them. Let me read comments. Olamide says, "Don't be surprised if all of this corruption may not be used as evidence to eventually recolonize part of the African continent in the future." Rachel says, "This guy might use Dino franchise to do money laundry." Are people thinking what I'm thinking? Who knows? Who knows? Because what they do is they do money laundry through that means, like they, use companies, big companies to do the money laundry. And again, maybe Hush Puppy himself has also been involved in that, where he helped these politicians launders money. Because for those of you that were with me, like a few months ago when I reported the whole story about Hush Puppy, I gave a concise, a complete information about it. I remember, saying, reading the part, the statement the FBI gave, where they said, Hush Puppy actually, there were some people, their names were mentioned then. That Hush Puppy actually helped people launder money. And how does he do that? Hush Puppy might not be Hush Puppy himself, right? But he's got contacts. He knows people that will help you launder. If you want to launder like 500 million or 200 million, 100 million, it was in the report. Hush Puppy have people's contact that will help you launder the money. And the FBI said that. So what they do is the politicians or whoever that wants to launder money will reach out to Hush Puppy. Look, I want this money, so something. I want it to get to this certain place. This is the end destination. Then what he does is say no more. Then he will call and say, look, this person wants to contact or wants to send this money, blah, blah, blah. How can you do it? He's a big guy. Hush Puppy is big. And that's why I'm saying, like, this is just the beginning. That's why I said this is just the beginning. Because there's still more coming. This is just the beginning. Let me read some comment. Olamide says there was a country called Turks and okay, I don't know how to pronounce the other one, which recently gained their independence. The government was so corrupt that the British government took over again in 2012. Today they are again free, but that can't really happen in Nigeria again. Like nobody will allow the British to come again. Like Nigeria, number one, we are much. Like the population is like much. Rachel says they will arrest him if he did any fraudulent activity with Hush Puppy. If it's in Nigeria, they don't have the right to arrest him, but that if he wouldn't be able to travel to any country that has a good relationship with US. So apart from US soil, if you travel to another country that has a good relationship with US, man, you're going to US prison because you'll be caught. They will, of course, arrest you in that country. So that's what is crazy about this thing. Abba Kyari wouldn't be able to step foot outside because he's going to be afraid. Might not even know the country that had a relationship with US, but his name is already on the computer as wanted. So if you step foot in any country that has good relationship with America, they will of course pick him up. They might use Interpol and stuff like that. So it doesn't work that way. They will first approve it. They will first say, okay, yes, the government can do. Okay, Nigerian government will say, okay, you can come and. I mean, remember the case of Buji Kashamo. Not this. This wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first. The case of Buji Kashamo. The US did the same thing. What they did to Abakari. We were looking for him. They said, this guy, you have to come over to the US. I think he won the case in court. So they won the court case. He went to court because the US, I think they sued him or something. They went to court just for the extradition process. They want to bring him over to the USA to imprison him for the crime he did. Buji Kashamo is dead now, right? He's very rich. Senator Buji Kashamo. I think he won the case in court. But if the court had said, okay, this is it, the US can come and pick you up, that's it. Now, in the case of Abakari, this guy is in government himself. He's a police officer. He has good relationship with, the president himself. It's Buhari's boy. You understand? Abakari is Buhari's boy. It's close to Buhari. He does, according to Buhari, he's the man close to my heart. That kind of guy. A super cop. I mean, this was a guy that was sent to Imo State just recently. He was sent to Imo State to fight, to arrest the agitators in Imo State. That's how they love him. The government love him. They are beloved. They are one and only beloved son. Well, it's just sad. A sad situation here. Satonic Music says, who is holy? FBI, Hush Puppi, Nigerian government, or even white official? Know yourself and don't trust anyone. The world is evil and corrupt these days. Adela Olamide says, billions of dollars in foreign aid are given by donors. Much of it disappears. These foreign entities are keeping count. Eventually, Kasala don't burst. Toby says, it can't go to Dubai. Yeah, sure. Cabana says, yes, they should be able to use Interpol. Big Harry says, all people he mentioned living in Nigeria are free because they will not travel to any country that have good relationship. They won't travel. Yes, of course, they won't travel. They won't travel to like any country. I mean, who wants to even do that? Here, Tom K says, hope they do the same thing that they did to Nnamdi Kanu and trying to do the Sunday Bowl to all these people. Olamide says, Abraham, use your imagination. If you think you could not recognize Nigeria, number one, start a war, step in as peacekeepers, re-establish order, which could take decades. That's how it can be done. Yes, that's how. Yeah, you're sure. You're right, though. That's how it can be done. But it has to be like a real war, and yeah, it will take time for that to happen. And Nigeria, I don't think right now we are in that state, of war. There's a war going on low key, but it's not as huge as when there's war. There comes famine and starvation and all these things. You understand what Somalia went through or still going through, Sudan, South Sudan situation, that kind of thing. But yeah, it will have to be very severe. But yeah, let's go back to talking about him mentioning these names. Sometimes I feel like having some kind of supernatural powers to hunt these bad guys in government. Okay, that's what Sandy's Kitchen says. Now, this guy mentioning names and dropping names of people. If Hush Puppi refused to do that, it's going to affect him. Hush Puppi loves his life, love himself. Look, strong man. Now for prison, they think they know. You are a strong man. You can stand this. You can stand that. I wouldn't snitch. I wouldn't drop names. I will serve the time. I will do this. Look. I was watching an interview because I like watching these interviews done by either a US reporter or US rapper that's experienced something that I just like their news over there about prison, about their experience, especially in prison and stuff like that. There was a guy that said, look, first week in prison, you're still good. No matter how strong you are, you're still good. Second week, third week, then we strike you. Then you be like, wow, this life doesn't want it. This is crazy. That's when you start. So you can't say, you might think you're strong and you might tell yourself, I wouldn't give any information, I wouldn't do anything. But when you step in US prison and use like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, start thinking about your life. I'm telling you, the next time they call you, the FBI call you to question you, you wouldn't even remember that you said certain things before. Maybe you said that you didn't know about it. That time you just start say, okay, yes, I'm ready for anything. Even your lawyers will advise you that, look, they caught you red-handed. They didn't catch you here. They caught you here, Mr. Man. For you to get, this is the year. These are the numbers of the number of years they're giving us that you might end up with. But hey, look at this one here. For you to get this reduced one, you have to call names, Mr. Man, to make my job as a lawyer less stressful. Understand? Because these people have everything against you, and we couldn't even prove them wrong. They saw everything in your phone. They saw everything in your Gmail. They saw everything. Your Instagram account, everything. You're not making this job easier for us. Remember, Oshobi had issues with his first lawyers. I believe this part of it. The case is is becoming difficult for the lawyers. Oshobi, it's becoming difficult for them. Even though it was transferred to another state and all that, it was difficult, which is the lawyer later said. And Oshobi stopped picking their calls because Oshobi that was the beginning of the frustration. He thought this is a case where if I get the best lawyer, it's going to be fine, I'm good. But no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Here, Nonso Mega says, Abraham, please, what did the FBI say that the freeze do? I think I've missed that part. Actually, the FBI, this is not a confirmed news. It was actually Madam Kemi Olunloyo that said that. And we all know that, that the freeze actually went to Dubai at that time. And I said that, now first let me say, Kemi Olunloyo actually said that the freeze, the name is part of, the list of names Hush Puppi dropped, right? That's what she said. But what I said was, look, the FBI might, if truly that the freeze, he mentioned that the freeze name, and maybe that the freeze is innocent, we don't know, but the FBI will check what happened at that time, because Madam Kemi Lawyer said something. Says something happened the time that the freeze was there. A crime was committed. They committed a crime, yeah, at that time. The time that the freeze was present, right? There was a guy, Hush Puppi's guy, went into make some calls. He made some calls that the freeze was present at that time, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, thinking about that, putting 2 and 2 together, there will be like that the freeze were present, a crime was committed, or someone was duped between 26th of this month to 27th of this month. You were present at that time. What happened? Can you explain to us? So that's the problem now, if it's true. Now, Madam Kemi Olunloyo said she interviewed Daddy Freeze, and Daddy Freeze denied it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Daddy Freeze denied that look, I didn't get anything from this guy. I only went to Dubai to have a good time. Well, That rings a bell, right? Abakari too went to Dubai to have a good time. Hush Puppy picked him up from the airport. That you understand, there's something, but yeah, this is not yet confirmed by the FBI. The person that put this news out was Madam Kemi Olunloyo. Just so you know. But before then, immediately we got the report. The reason why I'm saying this, and the reason why I think this might have like a little bit of truth in it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's false, but it's because she said it the day we got the news. She said it that she has an information that she wants to pass to everybody about Hush Puppy's case. And number two, how now another thing that's still confusing in this whole thing is the part where Madam Kemi Olunloyo said Hush Puppy mentioned Linda Ikeji, and I'm just thinking, Linda Ikeji, how? Like, how did what's that word? Like, how did that happen? Like, what is the relationship between them? These guys, Linda Ikeji and Hush Puppy, I mean, we don't even know if there was like any business transaction. Nobody knows. There was nothing like friendly. I don't know. So I was shocked when I heard Linda Ikeji's name, you know. But these two guys have been spotted were spotted with Hush Puppy, you know, living the life in Dubai, or good time in Dubai. Dino, Melaye, Daddy Freeze, you know. Let us read comments. Kalejayo Luatobi says, hi Maxine, I just joined now. How does Daddy Freeze get involved? Please kindly, I think I've explained. I just, you know, explained again. Olamide says, hell is closer than we think when people don't think about what can go wrong. Syria went to hell in the blink of an eye. God help us. God help us. Kalejai Oluwatobi says, how did Daddy Freeze get involved? I just explained that. I'm sure you heard that. Cabana says Michael Jackson lawyer. Okay, I didn't get that. Chris says, good evening. I see you, Chris. Eldorado Daniel says the government will always win, no matter the complaint. Man, trauma when you are behind bars in US is like iPhone 12 Pro Max. You won't know when you vomit stuff just to save your skin. Exactly. You know, I've watched interviews, like numerous interviews. First week, you're good. First week, you might even talk to like anybody. You might even fight, talk to the officers, shout on the judge, do whatever. These people understand. The FBI understand that, yeah, he's still new. Give him a month. Now, a month, you realize no family, no calls. You're restricted maybe to one call in a month or all those kind of crazy thing. They put you in a confined environment. The food, crazy food. Like, you know, I've seen people say, United States prison is, yeah, it's good. But I'm telling you, the trauma that you go through, my dear, don't pray for it. I've seen people who say, Nigerian prison is like nothing to write home about. Crazy. Like, nobody will pray for that, you know. Yeah, if you're given the option, you will choose US, right? Yes, which is good. It's healthy a little bit. not like that. But that place is hell too. It's hell. That's how it is. It's hell too. You know, the trauma you go through, the restrictions, everything. You know, it's not something. I don't think so. It's something anybody. I've seen people who say, at least if you take me to US prison, yeah, I will be fine. I will be. Don't pray for it. That's not a good prayer. I've seen people say this multiple times. Like, well, that's not a good prayer. Please don't allow the whole mentality of Nigerian poverty get to you. Yes, we're going through a lot in Nigeria, but don't let it affect your brain now. You understand? For you to say, or at least I would like to spend some time in US, that's bad thing. You know, it's not a good prayer. Priest Fineboy says, boss, my question is, if they will not travel, what happened to the property they have everywhere in the world? That's it. The property is gone, my dear. If they even the US or any country, they have the property, they discover, they will immediately seize the property, immediately, with immediate effect. Um, don't be HAG says, what if Daddy Freeze just paid Hush Puppy a courtesy visit and nothing more? That's exactly what I'm saying. But Hush Puppy will still mention his name. That doesn't stop Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy will still mention his name. If there's a transaction, if there's an exchange of money, right? Hush Puppy will still mention his name because, like I said, the FBI will look at all those videos on social media, of which they made it known in the statement back then that they checked all the videos on Instagram, interviews about Hush Puppy, everything, news about Hush Puppy, blogs, everything. The FBI did that. All they have to do is type Hush Puppy on social media and check anything that has to do with Hush Puppy. They went through all that. They will see that the freeze picture because that thing trend for like a week. Daddy Freeze visiting Hush Puppy and saying that Hush Puppy's gate man collects more salary than a graduate in Nigeria or that works in oil company or something. That's in trend where Daddy Freeze was dragged on social media. So they will ask him, what's up? So it's not a confirmed report from the FBI about Daddy Freeze, is what Madam Kemi Olunloyo says. Me, I'm just talking about it. I wouldn't be surprised if Hush Puppy dropped the names, and that doesn't mean that Hush Puppy is involved. I mean, Daddy Freeze is involved in the crime or anything. Doesn't mean that. It's just I wouldn't be surprised if Hush Puppy, mentioned this guy's name. That's just what I'm trying to say. Peace says Hush Puppy wasn't the reason Daddy Freeze visited Dubai in the first place. He was there for other reasons. Yes, Daddy Freeze said that. I remember him saying that and used the opportunity to interview Hush Puppy. However, we cannot draw fact based on preconceived. Yeah, you can't say. It might say, "Oh, I actually went there for something else," but no, we don't know. We just don't know. It's just about what he says. We don't know. That's just what I would say. And how when Daddy Freeze was when he was with Hush Puppy, I was just drooling all over him, saying stuff and all that. Sandy's Kitchen says, you go humble for American prison. I'm telling you. Peace says, okay, mentioned Chris Ada says, that's not a true statement. Do you know about the prison system in Norway? Daniel says, US prison is far different from what we see in movies. Let them ask 6ix9ine. Mental health and depression will overtake that you will wish you get just a day freedom. Exactly. That's what kills people. I mean, we've seen people in American prison who comes out after some time in the society because they can't even take it anymore. They kill themselves because of the trauma. Yeah, a lot of people released from jail after spending several years in jail, released to go, they kill themselves because of the mental torture they've been through. So it's not something that anybody have, like, it's not a good prayer. Tiku says, I feel pity for Hush. Now life he go come out, then learn simplicity. Well, sad. Okay, guys, it's already an hour. Thank you so much. I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for that. I might make a video tomorrow because I have an announcement tomorrow, so I might use the opportunity to just make a video in the morning. Usually I don't make videos on Saturdays and Sundays, but I'm not sure, on Saturday tomorrow I might make a video, because I want a situation whereby I keep everyone in the loop of like everything. I've got an announcement tomorrow. I'll find a way to pass it anyways. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for staying around this long. I mean, it's not easy to just hear me speak. Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. We see you next time.